Yeah, pal, I know. You don't like to see anything go. I completely understand that, but this is what spring cleaning's all about, right? I mean, the junk is just piling up way too high around here. I started putting things in two piles, okay? All the stuff we want to keep can go here, and all the other useless crap goes over there. The Duke stays. Forever means forever, Big TV. You know? I don't like to talk about it. Aw, hey little guy, where'd you come from? Piss off, we're busy. Oh, come on, man, we're busy. He probably wants something, and we've got all this crap we have to deal with, like this laws of robotics guidance mechanism. What the hell's that? What, you want to help him? Go for it. The kid's probably long gone by. Oh, holy shit. Someone call Valve. We found it. We found it. Gabe, we found it. Didn't think I'd be changing some kid's shitty cartridge slot today. Well, what's our pal here want, anyway? What do you mean you don't speak Game Boy? You've been talking to him for like 20 minutes! Yeah, you're right. He's probably lost. Poor little dude. Big TV, print out some flyers and keep an eye on him. I'm gonna go hit the streets and ask around about our tiny friend here. Quest amongst the wonders of suburbia. You know, this kinda reminds me of a Super Nintendo classic. It's a fine transition. You wouldn't recognize subtlety if it strafed over and bit you in the ass. Gripping, funny, deviant, heartrending, batshit crazy. Here defining terms start with the flick of the power button and pinch off somewhere deep in the cosmos. In 1995, Earthbound flamboyantly leapt into the shops of North America with its king-sized packaging and nasally inclusive ad campaign. A modest mess of copies slipped into Super Nintendo consoles, an ignored slew fenced shitty bargain bins. Despite Earthbound's initial underwhelming sales, the lucky few that bought it, got it. Now, nearly 2 decades later, you barely hear the name Earthbound without the inclusion of cult classic. So, what is Earthbound, and why do gaggles of gamers look longingly into the distance when you talk about your mom? Earthbound, as it's known in North America, is the sequel to the Famicom exclusive Mother. It's an RPG in which a 13-year-old boy and his 3 friends set off on a journey to save the world from imminent doom. What's that? Sounds like the same old fuzzy preserves? Well, you'd be doing the title a disservice if you leave it at that. Don't get me wrong, the game doesn't really stray from mid-90s RPG tropes, but Earthbound adds a sloppy helping of deli sauce to all that tried trout yogurt. It puts a little twist on genre staples. Let's go ahead and open the big book of RPG conventions, shall we? Yeah, alright, look here. Okay, a few sparse comparisons won't tell the whole tale in any RPG, but give me a minute, okay? I've got some legwork to do. Oh, hey, what's this now? Well, I certainly... Aww. Alright, someone out here's gotta know our little drifter. Look out, world. Detective Dog is on the case. Hey, sir, can I have just a moment of your time? Oh, nice. Yeah, I literally watched you cross the street just now. No. No, you didn't. Oh, just look at this picture. It'll just take a second. Shh. I'm a statue. Okay, this is stupid. I'm going home. Story time! Okay, we've chewed on some Earthbound basics, so I think we're good to go ahead and talk plot. Don't worry, I'll keep it short and harmless. Who edits this fuck? Ness, our protagonist, lives a simple life with his family in a sleepy little slice of Eagleland, a kind of mock USA. One night, Ness is awoken abruptly after a meteor comes crashing down near his home. Ness is immediately tasked with finding his friend Pokey's younger brother and is soon approached by a time-traveling bumblebee warrior. Yes, the brave time surfer Buzz warns of the arrival of a powerful alien race led by the tyrannical Gygus. Gygus plans to conquer the universe and will do so in 10 years if someone doesn't put a stop to it. Ness must group with 3 foretold heroes, fight an endless barrage of enemies, and comb the globe to find 8 sanctuary melodies in order to travel into the past and destroy Gygus. Oh, and Pokey's an asshole. You want to know my take on all this Earthbound hubbub? Well, my initial run-in with the game was a few years back, and to be honest, I didn't know what all the hype was about. The SNES already offered better playing RPGs and better looking sprite work. It actually took a couple of years before some lingering curiosity got the best of me, and I'm glad it did. Now, I want to get this out of the way first. I know I'm treading on hallowed ground here, but I've got to say it. There are things about Earthbound that just rub me the wrong way. Okay, let me start with this. I think the single character chunks of the game are painfully slow, especially in the beginning of the game. Battles last far too long. This, coupled with the sheer amount of encounters you experience, is kind of a drag. Speaking of battles, engaging with Earthbound adversaries often feels cheapened by the overwhelming frequency of attacks that simply don't connect. 2 or 3 wasted turns will leave the enemy unscathed, and you searching for another peanut cheese bar. Just one last thing. Items. Managing your goods in Earthbound. It's clunky. There really isn't enough space for what you want to bring along. Making the player cut out the fat and only deal in necessity is kind of interesting. I get that, but when free space is paramount and a member of your party relies on weaponized items in battle, it can be downright tedious. There. That's it? That wasn't so bad, was it? Get over it. Personal cons aside, Earthbound is really great. A few hours into the game and a couple party members richer, combat gets a lot better. Why? Well, the RPG mainstay of character classes is discreetly layered over Earthbound's 4 heroes. Party member-specific abilities make strategizing, mixing melee attacks, spells, and items really enjoyable. This means the archetypal JRPG grind doesn't lose its flavor quite so quickly here. The battle experience is more than just your pummeling recipes, though. Look at this. You want to save the universe from utter enslavement? Take down a taxi. Got a guitar, bitch slap abstract art. Enemy designs and attacks range from clever to plain ridiculous. Part of what makes Earthbound a blast is anticipating the next group of bizarre bad guys. Since we're talking a little design, I'd like to circle back just a moment to the overall graphical assessment a younger dog issued Earthbound. While I understand that the art direction of the game may leave some people wanting more, I have to admit that there's a certain timelessness to it. Simplistic character sprite work and vibrant color choices have helped Earthbound stay fresh. They also put a kind of child's eye filter over the mundane real-world locales. While simplicity may play into some aspects of the game's overall look, the attention to detail, particularly in the huge city blocks, is actually really impressive. So, I'm practically finished, but I can't wrap up my Earthbound spiel without mentioning one more thing, and I think it's important. Despite all the jokes and tongue-in-cheek silliness you'll experience throughout Earthbound's dozens of hours of gameplay, the title's surprisingly deep. The game effectively meshes mature themes like growing up, dealing with familial ties, nostalgia, loss, and hope in really powerful ways. Really, I could say more, but I won't. Laying out every one of Earthbound's interesting moments goes against the title's overall purpose, to be an experience, a really good one, and it deserves to be played. Big TV, I looked everywhere and I couldn't—
Hey, dog! I saw the flyer posted downtown.
My penis is legendary. Oh, right, the Game Boy Advance flyers. Oh, you can speak English?
Yeah, of course, I'm a PAL Region handheld. Oh, him? Oh, my brother was born without a backlit screen. He's not so bright. I was just telling Big TV, my younger brother does this sort of thing all the time. Must have poked his head in, seen all the great stuff you've got around, and thought she was here.
What? She? She who?
You know, best not to get into it. Oceans away, language barriers, it's all a long story about something that probably won't change.
Oh. Okay, man.
Well, I think we've caused enough trouble for one day, huh, pal? Thanks for all your help, fellas. That little guy, He just gets a touch confused sometimes. I'm sure you know how frustrating a long search can be.
Huh. What do you suppose that was all about? Yeah, I hope he finds what he's looking for, too. Well, maybe someday, right? Now, back to all this junk. This place won't clean itself, pal. Some of these gadgets haven't seen the light of day in years, like this old Vectrex over here. Love the thing, but we barely use it.